everyone, and welcome to another edition of Playoff Beards here on the Let's Get Ready Network, the Highlights channel. I'm Adelia. That's my buddy Snark. Snark, how you doing today?
Great. We actually talked playoffs on the Playoff Beards. It's so bizarre. Yep, guys, we're going against type now. We're gonna go crazy. We're gonna talk Stanley Cup playoffs on our Stanley Cup playoff show.
Yep, and we're going to be joined here in just a moment by one of our patrons, Ryan Christensen, back once again. And if you're interested in appearing on the show, you can do so by joining our Patreon. And here's Justin to tell you a little bit more about that.
Hey guys, it's Justin, aka Hambone, just here to let you know a couple of things that we have going on with the channel. One, we have a Patreon. If you can and want to support us, you can do that. As little as $1. You can join the Discord. We also have a merch store where you can get some cool shirts, mugs, and stuff with all of our different shows and labels on there. And thank you for all of our supporters that have already been there with us.
And let's bring him on now. Here is our patron, Ryan Christensen. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, all. How y'all doing? Oh, I'm doing very well. How you doing? It's an exciting time. Exciting time.
Looks like you're starting your a little playoff beard yourself there.
I actually meant to shave. No, I actually did mean to shave before I come on here. I forgot. My bad. But you know what? I don't think it matters in the grand scheme of things, because if you don't know who I'm repping here, they're going to make it to the finals, and it's not going to matter. So we're good.
For the audio listeners, Ryan is head to toe in New York Islanders gear.
Yeah, he got it some hobo.
Hobo he found literally wearing a toque inside my house. This is not good. My wife laughed at me. She laughed at me.
Canadian etiquette right there.
100%.
You take off your shoes and put on your toque. Doesn't
but
matter.
I'm so happy to be here with you both talking about playoff hockey.
Well, especially when we were last talking, it was unsure if either the Islanders or the Jets were going to make it. Luckily, both squeak in by the skin of our teeth. An interesting last week in the regular season for us.
It was very interesting. Credit to the Florida Panthers, who actually played their way in. I'm happy to see them in, because I correctly predicted that on the last show, that they would get in, and the Pittsburgh Penguins would be out.
Well, their front office is paying the price. Brian Burke out as president of hockey operations, whatever that title is, even I have no idea. It's just something that sprung up in the last 20 years. They pay a guy to hang around. They got rid of Hextall as the GM. Hextall, maybe didn't make the best choices. For instance, keeping Jeff Carter in the latest expansion draft.
But wasn't Jeff Carter one of their top goal scorers this year, though? That's the sad part.
You know what the sad part is? It's the first year.
Another Islander gear.
Oh boy, the first time in 15 or 16 years they played together, that Malkin and Crosby both played 82 games. Like, their top two centermen both played every single game. Neither one got hurt. And they still didn't make the playoffs. That's how bad their bottom six was. That's how bad their goaltending was. Jarry's terrible. Like, they're all terrible. They were terrible. They couldn't do anything to solve it. Like, they were good. They got 90 points each.
That's how bad their line management was, because I'm sorry, but you have Crosby and Malkin. You can build a team around that. And even Letang, even though Letang was hurt, I understand that, and he had his issues. You can still build a team around that group.
Right. They did it before. They've won with basically nobody.
But Hextall is not the person to do that. Hextall is not the person to do that.
No, he was terrible. Who else has gone? Dallas Eakins out in Anaheim after a while.
Oh, well, sheeps. Yeah. How long did he last in Edmonton? Like a year or maybe two? Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to say too many bad things about Dallas Eakins. He's the guy who assisted on Teemu Selänne's rookie goal scoring record goal, him and Ty Domi. So I don't want to say too many bad things about him. Well, I can. Well, I don't have to as a player. As a coach, he's whatever. You know what?
He's terrible as a coach. He's
a good AHL coach. He's a good AHL coach.
Like, because he won with the Toronto Marlies?
Well, and he did good with the Gulls and stuff like that too in San Diego. I think he's good with up and coming players. I think when the pros get in there and there's egos, he might have a hard time managing it, even though he played for long times, which is surprising. But yeah, didn't work in Edmonton, didn't work in Anaheim. Don't see too many people climbing over themselves to hire him. Laviolette's gone from Washington. They said it was a mutual decision. They mutually agreed that he was fired, I guess, or they said you're fired. I said I agree.
Washington basically told him you're gone. Just admit, just if you'll say that okay, it's mutual, then you'll get paid out.
Yeah, well, I wonder what's going to happen with them. Like, there's so many good players. Was it just a bad year, or it's like Ovi's right at the top? Like, he's probably going to hang around long enough to break Gretz's scoring record, his goal scoring record.
That's the only reason Ovechkin is going to play in the NHL. The only reason he's going to play in the NHL from now on.
There's still good players there. Like, I don't know if it's just a quick retool. I don't see any coaches coming in that would do as well as Peter Laviolette, of course, Stanley Cup winning coach and stuff. So, yeah, it might just be time to sell the assets in Washington and start fresh. Who else? Larson's gone from Columbus, but who cares? All right. Yeah. Oh, a bottom feeder team loses their coach again.
Oh, darn. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Poor Patrick Laine. That's all I'm going to say. Poor Patrick Laine. He has like a new coach every 2 years now, it seems. Poor guy. He's getting hurt, but he looks good. He looks sharp. Seen that purple outfit he had this year? Sharp. It's a good looking man.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Maybe you could do it on your
good for him.
On your show, Adelia. We'll just have a thing with the NHL players and what they've worn to games and stuff like that, and you can have the girls on and rate what they're wearing. Patrick Laine.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, okay, fine.
This was the highest NHL season in 29 years, apparently. Which it sort of felt like there were a lot of goals scored this year. It was an average of 6.4 goals per game.
Yeah.
There was also single season records for multi-goal comeback wins. There was 143 of them, and a total of 550 comeback victories of any nature, which is one shy of the league record that was set last year.
Tell you, the Jets didn't help very much with that. not a very good comeback team. Yeah, but yeah, good for league. It's always good to have excitement in the league. It's always good to see that, it doesn't matter if you're down a goal or two, you can always make it back. 2-goal lead still the worst lead in sports. 2-goal lead in hockey.
Yes.
Terrible.
And of course,
I don't know about that, but yeah, we can debate that. We can debate that.
Okay. Connor McDavid, of course, 64 goals, 89 assists, 153 points. Both the Art Ross Trophy winner as the league scoring champion and the Rocket Richard Trophy winner as the leading goal scorer.
What a try-hard.
Good for him.
Still not going to win anything this year. But...
No, you'll be in Edmonton, and guess what's going to happen? He's going to get the same send-off. He's going to get the same send-off Wayne Gretzky got. That's what's going to happen.
What, he's going to end up crying? He's going to cry at a press conference and
no.
He promised Messi wouldn't do this. I promise
he won't pull that. But you tell me that the Oilers, after about 7 or 8 years, and they haven't won anything, is not going to trade Connor McDavid? Of course they are.
Well, they could try that. There's not a lot of teams that can fit $50 million under the cap. Not without moving a lot. Probably worth it. It's probably worth it. But what would Edmonton take back?
What did Wayne Gretzky get traded for, Snark?
He got traded for a bunch. They won
money
the next year.
Money.
Well, they got Jimmy Carson. Jimmy Carson and
Bernie Nichols.
Right.
Jimmy Carson and Bernie Nichols.
And they won. They did win. They won the Stanley Cup the next year.
In 1990, yes.
Right.
Thank you, Bill Ranford, for 1 year of awesomeness. And that's
God damn it. And the Jets had him 3-1 too. That guy throws the 7-up on the ice in game 6. Oh, and it sunk us. It sunk us at first.
You had the chance.
7-up.
Your team had the chance.
Dave Elliot's goal was still the sporting highlight in Winnipeg forever because that's the closest we came. We got the 3-1 on the Oilers.
That's true. That's true.
What a year. Ducky's final year, too. Frustrating. We win that. We win the Stanley Cup, but couldn't
You would have beat Boston in the Stanley Cup. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
100% would have rolled over him. Would have rolled over him. Anyways, congrats to McDavid. The Jazz have already put the blueprint on how to beat the Oilers. Guys, just look back to what we did in the bubble season.
Sure.
How you beat them.
Very good point.
Like when Dylan DeMello looks like he's an all-star playing against fucking McDavid. It's like, this is how you play against. It's just how it's done. Follow it. But, and also, well, we'll get into it when we start talking about the actual brackets. The Kings came close last year. The Kings came close. Way close.
I don't think that series is as one-sided as people are making it out to be. It's not that one-sided. But again, we will talk about that when we get into it.
Yeah. So unless the next trophy that McDavid gets is the Vezina too, they're going to have a lot of trouble. They're going to have a lot of trouble winning at Edmonton.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to start with the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference?
Let's start East. Let's move our way west.
We'll do East.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with the Eastern Conference. Okay, we've got the top seed overall, the President's Trophy winners, the Boston Bruins, taking on the wild card Florida Panthers. This will be the second playoff meeting between these two teams. The only previous meeting was the 1996 Eastern Conference quarterfinals, which Florida won in 5 games. They split their 4-game regular season series. The game is Monday.
Okay.
Go ahead,
if this goes more than 5, I am going to be shocked.
Yeah.
I think Boston has this kind of. I don't even think they need to try, and they will get past Florida.
I think they're going to have to try. I think people sleep on Paul Maurice as a playoff coach.
Here comes your old Jets. They're freaking.
Oh no, I couldn't care less. He quit on the team. I could care less about Paul Maurice, but I know he gets results in the playoffs. Now, who goes in net for them? Alex Lyon, who's played 9 games or something like that. He's been playing well. He's been a hot goalie coming into the playoffs.
No, Bobrovsky is their goalie.
You put Bobrovsky in that, you're right. It's a 5-game series. Bobrovsky isn't a playoff goalie. It's been proven.
Well, nobody says it is, but he's still their best available option on goal.
Well, I think
nobody's saying that he's a proven goalie, but he's their best goalie going into the playoffs.
I don't know. Like Lyon, like I said, I think he's won 5 straight games going in. His save percentage somewhere like .922. He's been playing well.
That's fair.
And a tough spot. Like they've been playing playoff hockey now for the last couple of weeks. They've had to keep winning. So
unfortunately for
the Leafs, they don't play well against the Leafs, but they played well against everybody else.
They had to keep winning except for the last 2 games where they couldn't score a single point to get past the Islanders.
Yeah. To
get up to this first wild card. So I mean they're coming in on a 2-game losing streak right now. So
no. I just don't think it's going to be a 5-game series. I think it's going to be a 6-game series.
Okay.
I think Boston shouldn't have a problem with it.
So we're gonna get an extra game on ESPN. Perfect.
Yeah, that's it. The game I'll have to watch. To watch. Let's hope Paul Maurice has a whole bunch of swear words in the chamber for when those close-ups come, because he's gonna get a bunch.
Because you know what's gonna happen.
Who do you see, Adelia?
I see Boston getting through the series. I think you're right. It's probably 5 or 6 games. I think I'm leaning more 6, just based on the fact that Florida has had some success against them this year since they split the 4-game series, but they're not.
There's not many teams that have done that to them this year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, and that's fair.
Setting the record for the most wins in a regular series. Now, I don't think there is anywhere near as good as that Montreal team from 78 or whatever it was, winning 62 games in a 72-game season. But they were pretty good.
Didn't Boston? Well, Boston beat they broke the record for most points in a regular season, though, right?
Right. Yeah.
Boston 135 points, 65 wins, both of them records.
Yeah, they had played 10 more games though.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Now you're showing your age, Snark. So thank you.
How dare you, sir? We could also say that there was only 17 teams or something like that in the league.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But it also
too.
means the talent was way more concentrated, but there was no Russians. So there's variables you can throw around.
Oh yeah. Anyways, next series.
I would take Big Bird and LaFleur and Steve Shutt and Cornway and stuff like that over those Boston teams.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. Ken Dryden.
Okay. Next series we have is the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is the second consecutive. What?
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
This is the second consecutive season and second overall playoff meeting between these two teams. Tampa won last year's Eastern Conference first round series in 7 games. Toronto won 2 of the 3 games in this year's regular season series. First game is Tuesday.
They could have won that series if they would have scored. They were 1 goal away. Game 6.
I have
overtime.
I have 2 words. words. Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's all I'm going to say. 2 words.
You can't trust the Leafs. Whoever trusts the Leafs to win a playoff round is out of their mind. You just don't trust them, guys. Don't trust them. They could be saying whatever. Don't trust them.
Excuse me.
They still have no goaltending.
You couldn't trust them in 2014 when they were up 3-1.
Yeah. They have Ryan O'Reilly. They have Ryan O'Reilly now as the third line center. Yeah, so they have finally a guy who's won, who's actually done the dirty work to win.
Yes.
But Tampa's loaded with them. Tampa's loaded with them.
To be fair,
and they get away with shit.
Yes. To be fair to Toronto, if there's a year that they are going to advance to the second round, this is the year that they are going to do it. Mm-hmm. If they cannot advance after this year, then I'm sorry. Then that team needs to break up.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
Well, I'm sure they will, but I'm just saying, like, after this year, if they cannot get past the first round of the playoffs, then there's obviously a lot more issues than what people think. And they need to deal with that and just kind of blow it up.
Ryan, as a man who lives or has spent quite some time in Southern Ontario, do you think they have already planned a parade route in case they win this first round series?
I actually like to think that the people from Southern Ontario have gotten smarter, and they have not planned a route yet until they beat Tampa Bay.
How dare you, sir?
Once they beat Tampa Bay, then the route will be planned.
So, how many games do you think this is going to go? I think Tampa Bay wins 7. As well.
I think it's
7 games.
I think it's a 7-game series.
I think it's going to go 6. There's just something about the Leafs, and just I don't know if it's just like a weight on them now. There's this weight that they can't get out of the first round, and I think that's on them. Like, that's on their shoulders. You bring in a guy like Ryan O'Reilly, who's knows what it takes to win. He might be able to help, but you still look at the goal. Just look at the 2 goaltending matchups. Like, it's
okay. So you have Tampa. So you have
Tampa in 6. Yeah.
I have Toronto in 7.
Wow-wee. Unbelievable.
As much as I shit on them, I think this is the year they finally get out of this first round.
What would the narrative? What will the narrative be?
And they move on to play the number 1 team in the league. So
it gets swept. Yeah. What would the narrative be for this club? Like, I wonder if they signed Dubas to like a 10-year contract. It's like the guy who finally got us a goddamn round win in the playoffs how many times?
I said, I think after this many years, I think that they're finally due for a second round playoff matchup. I think it's this year. I like Tampa there. You know what? They're coming in. They're not as good as what they once were.
No.
That Tanner Janot that they paid, that they traded for in spite of the Leafs, he's not playing at least the first 2 games. He's not playing the first 2 games anyway. So I think the Leafs do have the advantage, and I think they do get it done in 7. Adelia.
All right, Adelia. Adelia, you're breaking the tie here.
I still think Tampa gets it done.
Oh, Jesus, Adelia. I thought you hated Tampa.
I do hate Tampa. I hate Tampa. I hate the Tampa dynasty that it was. I mean, who doesn't hate Tampa unless you're a Tampa fan? But I just don't trust Toronto.
Yeah.
I just don't.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Trust
So
has to be earned.
I think it might
Trust
take.
has to be earned.
I think it'll take 6 or 7 games, but I think Tampa Bay is going to end up winning.
Yes, this will be a series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch for 6 games.
Next,
the Carolina Hurricanes versus the New York Islanders.
Islanders, I'm done.
Oh,
okay. I don't need to speak anymore.
Their only previous playoff meeting was during the 2019 Eastern Conference second round, which Carolina won in a sweep, and Carolina won 3 of the 4 games in this year's regular season series.
But Svechnikov won't play. Svechnikov is out.
Svechnikov is not playing. And guess who's coming back for the New York Islanders? Matthew Barzal. He's coming back.
I was going to say Dennis Potvin.
Well, I wish, but no. I wish, but no. But that is just another piece of the puzzle that we've been missing for a long time. Another scorer we could put with Horvat. I'm not saying he's going to amount to much because he hasn't played in a while, but it's going to help to have him on the ice. I say the Islanders get this done in 6.
By
the way, I hate Freddie Anderson, so screw him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Jeez, attacking goaltenders now.
I never liked him when he was in Toronto. Never liked him when he's gone to Carolina.
I was gonna say, how about Anaheim? Ever since Anaheim,
overrated.
Yeah, losing Svechnikov is a big deal. They won't have Pacioretty for the playoffs either, but of course, Matt Pacioretty is always hurt. I like the Islanders. These guys win. They're winners. Like, they've made it to the Eastern Conference Finals a couple years where they should not have. They lost to very good Tampa teams. Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Islanders take out the Hurricanes. Hurricanes kind of backing into that top seed in the Metro.
I think if you have one upset in the Eastern Conference in the first round, it's the Islanders taking out the Hurricanes. If you have one upset.
I agree.
Because really,
I just don't think that Tampa beating Toronto's an upset.
But that's not. No, but I'm saying if there's one upset, Toronto taking out Tampa is not an upset, and the other series that we're going to get to after is not going to be an upset. Whoever wins.
Yep.
There's only 2 upsets really, and that's the wild cards against the first and the second place team.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think of this matchup, Adelia?
I'm kind of with you guys. I kind of like the way the Islanders are playing right now versus how the Hurricanes are playing right now. Not having Svechnikov's a big deal. I could see the Islanders beating them. We'll see, though.
The Islanders should be the only club without a playoff beard. Not one guy with a playoff beard, right? Doesn't Lou Lamoriello forbid it?
No, it's a rule. It's like the New York Yankee rule. You got to be clean shaven all the time. Mm-hmm. Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb.
That's dumb.
Anyways, it is dumb. But anyways.
He did that to protect Marty Brodeur, who couldn't grow a beard to save his life.
The New Jersey Devils versus the New York Rangers.
Should be great series.
This is the series.
Yeah, this is the seventh playoff meeting between these two rivals, with New York winning 4 of the previous 6 series. They last met in the 2012 Eastern Conference Final, which New Jersey won in 6 games, and New Jersey won 3 of the 4 games in this year's regular season series.
Yeah. You look at the 2 goaltenders, of course, here too. You look at defensively, everything just kind of evens out. Maybe offensively, Jersey might be a better club. Goaltending, you give the edge to the Rangers. Defense is so even.
You think offensively the Jersey is better than the Rangers offensively?
I think they could be. They're just old. Like, if this was 10 years ago.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I give the advantage to the Rangers all the time. But this is, this is 10 years later, and that's 10 years on those bodies. And guys like Patrick Kane have played so much hockey, winning 3 Stanley Cups. He's done it all. If he's tired and he's breaking down and stuff like that, yeah, I get it. I think the Rangers are going to win. I think this is good experience for that Devils club, and they're going to be real good in the next couple of years, the Hughes brothers and stuff. But I'm going to take the Rangers. But again, 7 games. This is a 7-game series, and it's going to be tough. And like guys like Trouba are going to pound people and beat the hell out of them. Not like shouldn't be dirty, but right on that edge. That's how Trouba's always played. So
he was like that with you guys in Winnipeg.
100%. So
you wouldn't expect nothing less.
A huge part of why we beat teams like Minnesota and we beat teams like Nashville in the playoffs. I think the Rangers are tough. I think just that veteran savvy should get them through. If Jersey wins, of course, obviously not a shock. Because I think at a 7-game series it could go either way. But yeah, I'm picking Rangers in 7.
That's fair.
Okay. What about you, Ryan?
I'm on the same wavelength you are, Snark, about the series. This is probably, I would say this is the most evenly matched series that we have right in the first round.
Yeah.
Evenly matched. I also, I look at the goalies. So, I mean, that because that's the big thing for me is the goaltending when it comes to this and that. And, I give the slight edge to the Rangers on the goaltending, but I think Jersey takes this in 7.
Yeah.
And
like I said,
I think the young guns of Jersey with their speed and tenacity, I think that they get her done in 7.
It's it's like I said, there's veteran savvy versus youthful exuberance.
It's flip a coin. To me, this series is flip a coin, and there's no right or wrong.
Nope.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's pretty flip a coin. I'm gonna go for the Rangers just because I think that veteran presence can get the job done, but you never know with this youth on New Jersey. So we shall see. But I think it's a 7-game series for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I think so. Absolutely.
Okay, moving on to the Western Conference, we've got the top overall seed Vegas Golden Knights against the wildcard Winnipeg Jets. This is the second playoff meeting between these two teams. The only previous meeting was the 2018 Western Conference Final, which Vegas won in 5 games. Vegas won all 3 games in this year's regular season series.
I'll let take this one.
I thought it was they won 2 games and lost 1 in overtime.
I'll double check, but I have written down that it's all 3 games.
Yeah. They beat our backup goalie twice. Hellebuck is going to come in, and if you want to stack up goalies, I believe Laurent Brossoit had a seat on the bench while he was watching Hellebuck do his thing for a couple of years. Hellebuck's better. Hellebuck's better than not only Brossoit, he's better than the Vegas Golden Knights. Do I think the Jets are going to win? Yeah. Do I think they're going to win in 5? Maybe.
You just said it.
I think they will. I think they're going to beat them in 5 games.
Oh wow. Oh
yeah,
wow.
I'm an incredible homer. I'm an incredible homer.
That's bold.
And the Jets do not have very much luck in Las Vegas, it turns out. But we have got like a Pierre-Luc Dubois. The way he plays in the playoffs is just something different. It's different. And this is Jack Eichel's first ever playoff series. His first ever time playing a 7-game series. He played in the NCAA, and then he played in Buffalo for however goddamn many years when he wasn't having surgeries or whatever else. And of course, guys, it's a playoff miracle. Mark Stone is going to be back in time for the playoffs.
According to NHL.com, Vegas won all 3 games this season.
$7.2 million over the cap, thanks to Mark Stone having
thank you.
Having an injury.
What did they never done nothing different than what the Tampa Bay Lightning did there a couple years? So it's not against the rules. It just sucks. It's against your team. It's horseshit. It's horseshit.
It's circumventing the cap and stuff like that. But the
100%
NHL have decided, this is allowed because teams are winning.
It's not exactly. It's not against the rules. So unfortunately, you can hate all you want, but it's not a rule breaker.
I'm still shocked after the backlash they had against Tampa Bay. Why they didn't close that loophole is crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, it's not gonna fucking matter because the Jets are beating them in 5.
Okay, so you got Jets in 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a couple things on this series.
Oh boy,
I have a couple things on this series.
Let's hear it.
Okay, one is the Jets power play going to show up or not? To me, that's a big question.
It's been a lot better in the last couple of weeks.
It has been, but in the same token, you get I'm not saying that you get it. It's the end all be all, but you get that. Those are the opportunities you get in the playoffs that you have to score on. Is your power plays.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, have they gotten better? Sure, but I'd like to see it become more consistent. And the other thing is Connor Hellebuck.
Mm-hmm.
If Connor Hellebuck can continue to play that he has, because he started like the last 18 or 19 games for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, I think it was 13
17?
in a row before.
No, it was
before the last game.
Okay. Anyways,
but it doesn't matter. I don't care if the last game.
Oh, okay. Anyways, he needs to play at the top of his game for them to have a chance. Those are the two. The power play and Hellebuck are what will propel or not propel the Jets to getting by the first round. And I'm stuck on this because I think the Jets will play well. I think they will do what they have to do to win. Golden Knights in 7.
Monster.
I think it'll be a good series. I think it'll be a fantastic series, but I think the Golden Knights have enough to pull it out. Sorry for a long-winded answer. Adelia, your turn.
I hate Vegas, so I want Winnipeg to win.
Oh, Jesus. Who don't you hate?
No, I seriously, like Vegas, with the way they knocked us out of the playoffs a couple of years in a row. I just was done. I'm done with Vegas. So I'll take Winnipeg. I'll probably be wrong, but I'll take Winnipeg.
How dare you? No, it's the wisest choice you've made so far today. Even the ones that you were agreeing with me before.
Okay. The Edmonton Oilers versus the Los Angeles Kings.
I think this could be a fun series.
This is the second consecutive playoff meeting, 9th playoff meeting overall between these two teams. Edmonton has won 6 of the previous 8 series, including last year's Western Conference first round series in 7 games. They split their 4-game regular season series.
This will be the highest scoring first round series of the year of this playoffs. That would be the highest scoring.
Yeah. Edmonton still hasn't gotten their goaltending figured out. Like, do they go with Skinner? Like, who's starting for them?
Well, no, they're going. Whoa, but before we get any farther, Snark, last time we were on this episode, you said it doesn't matter who they have in goal because they will score 5 or 6 goals a game. So a goalie could let in 3 or 4 goals, and you're not worried about it.
Yeah, I just
are you
rebutting? Well, just remembering what happened. Just remembering what happened in last year's series with Los Angeles. I thought that Edmonton was going to win the Western Conference. Like I thought for sure that's who we would have to play. Mm-hmm. It did not work out that way, which I think is for the better because the Oilers really did have the Jets' number this year. Okay. I think the Oilers are going to win, but I think they're going to pay a price. I think, the Kings can be nasty. They can be chippy. They have guys like Lemieux.
Who's that? Drew Doughty? Drew
Doughty is he's a sucker puncher too. And a whiner and everything else. Yeah, and he gets under people's skin, but they hit hard and stuff like that. They're a hard-hitting team. They play real close. I still think that, you have, 400-point scorers on the Oilers this year or 5? Yeah,
four for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna win. But again, I think it's gonna go 7 games, and I think it's gonna wipe the Oilers out.
Oh wow!
Like,
you think it's gonna go 7? Okay.
Yeah. Last year it shouldn't have. Last year it should not have. And
no, it should not have.
The Kings kept finding ways to win. So yeah, I'm expecting more of the same. I also think that the Oilers know what they're getting into this time. I think they may have taken the first round for granted last year. But yeah, they're going to get that same kind of fight, that same chippy, getting hit every time you're touching the butt, everybody finishing their checks. And that was like basically Los Angeles's plan last year. It's just finish your check. Every time you hit somebody, go through them. I think they're going to be a battered and bruised club coming out of it. Now they got to the concert finals last year, but yeah, I think this year is going to be a lot different. I think they're going to get beaten down, and they'll be fresh for the picking in the second round. At least I hope so, because I fucking hate the Oilers. I hate them.
Well, then you're definitely not going to like what I got to say right now.
All right. You're thinking that they're going to win the Stanley Cup?
I haven't gone there yet.
Okay.
He's up there. He's up.
Gross.
I think we're going to get one sweep in the first round.
Ooh, you think this is?
And this is going to be the series that is a sweep.
Ooh, all right.
I think Edmonton is going to sweep the Los Angeles Kings based on the fact that they have the best power play ever that has been in the NHL, 32.5%, the best. I think anytime they get a power play, they are going to score. If LA has any chance, they better not even put a stick on anybody, because if they get a penalty, Edmonton is going to score. Do I have faith in their goal? Yeah. Do I have faith in their goaltending? Absolutely not. But again, it's like you said last time we were on the show. If Stuart Skinner only lets in 2 or 3 goal game, I think Edmonton can score 4, 5, 6 a game.
Right.
And I think that's what's going to happen in this series. I'm not saying that's going to happen every series. I'm just saying in this series, I think Edmonton is going to sweep the LA Kings.
I think that's pretty harsh. It's of course it's not out of the realm of possibility and stuff like that. Of course it could happen, but
in your opinion, so you think there's going to be no sweeps at all in the first round of the series this year?
I never pick sweeps. I never pick a sweep.
I know we haven't got to a couple, but still.
Even when the Jets swept the Oilers, there's no way anybody predicted that. So
no, but we've got 7 games here, 7 games there, 6 games here. I think there's going to
5
be
games.
one sweep.
Don't forget that there's a 5-game one.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. And we'll see how that works out for you, Snark.
Pretty well.
Pretty well, yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I think there's going to be one sweep, and that's going to be Edmonton beating LA.
Okay.
Let's get on Adelia. Well, what does Adelia you think here?
I don't think Edmonton's going to sweep LA, but I think Edmonton's going to beat LA.
Yeah.
That's fair. Kings are a good team, but they don't score the way that the Oilers do, and
nobody does.
I don't think there was a team. There's not a team out there that scores. Yes, exactly. So.
Yeah. So, I think Edmonton wins in 6 or 7. I think it'll be close, like it was close last year.
Okay. Okay. So you think it's going to go the distance or close to the distance as well?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. That's fair.
This was probably my favorite of the first round series that did not involve my team last year. Was watching the Oilers and the Kings. So
that's fair.
I mean, yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing it run back a second time, I guess. Speaking of my team, the Colorado Avalanche are playing the Seattle Kraken. This is the first playoff meeting between these two teams because it's the first time Seattle's ever made the playoffs.
Hey, welcome to the playoffs, Seattle. Welcome.
It's the first time that this marks the appearance of a team representing Seattle in the Stanley Cup playoffs in 99 years. The most recent team to represent Seattle prior to this was the Seattle Metropolitans, who lost the PHA final in 1924. Seattle won 2 of the 3 games between the teams this season. Fares wanted to be here today, could not be here today. Did tell me earlier today, though, that Seattle's going to win this series in 6 games.
Ooh,
I don't think so.
Bold. It's bold.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think. Well, it's gonna be tight. Is Makar coming back for the first round?
I think Makar is supposed to be ready for the beginning of the playoffs.
Makar is
I haven't
supposed to be
heard
ready
that
for
for sure
first
yet.
round. Yes.
Yeah.
I read he's supposed to be ready.
Landeskog out.
Landeskog's out for the entirety of the playoffs. He won't have played a game this year, which sucks. But they've made it this far without him. They can make it farther without him, hopefully. Pretty much all of our injured players, I think, are going to be back either at the beginning of the first round or somewhere in the first round of the playoffs.
Yes, exactly.
Other than Landeskog.
That's what I read. That's what I read.
I think the second wild card or the first wild card team, I guess it is, still a 100-point team.
Yeah. There's only 9 points between us and the Kraken. We had 109. They had 100.
We don't know what that crowd is going to be like in Seattle when it comes to the if it's going to how much of a difference if they're going to be just there just like soaking up the experience or if it gets rowdy and stuff. The honest to God, like the only time I've ever seen Seattle play is when the Jets play them. So I get to see them one time a year.
It's too bad they couldn't throw octopus on the ice because Detroit already took that.
Aren't they going to try and do like a squid or something like that? Or it's just, they've got ideas
for stuff. Is that kind of the thing?
They've got ideas for things I've heard. Anyways, again, is it going to be a case of it's nice to be here, but everyone thought about that with Vegas? Like, this is a tough one to call. This you got like Colorado's they're just defending Cup champs. They still got Nathan McKinnon. They're still a good team.
Nathan McKinnon, who scored a hat trick the other night to secure the Central Division. Rantanen scored over 50 goals this season. He's got the most goals ever in a season by an Avalanche player now.
Who's
I think this is going to be tougher than some people think.
Is it Georgiev and Net?
Georgiev and Net, yeah.
You are struggling on this, Snark? Seriously, you're struggling?
Yeah. Seattle is better than anybody gives them credit for. I just think it's because nobody sees them.
I agree that Seattle's better than people give them credit for. I still think we're going to beat them.
Yeah. I'm going to say Colorado wins in 6.
Okay.
I say Colorado in 7.
Okay.
Because I do agree with everything that you've said. The Kraken is I'm not going to say underappreciated, but nobody really knows just how good they really are. They are a very good team. And I think this is going to be the homecoming of them going where people can see them on a national stage, whether it's TNT or ESPN or whoever airs these games in the US. That people will be like, these guys are actually really good.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think they're going to beat Colorado. I think Colorado will win in 7.
I think we're going to win. I don't know how many games it's going to take. I could see it being 6 or 7. I don't think it's going to be Seattle in 6. I'm sorry, Fares. I just don't.
And you guys should know Grubauer too, right? The Avalanche knows Grubauer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an advantage.
But is it going to be Grubauer or is it going to be Jones?
That's the thing.
That's the thing with Seattle.
Yeah.
It could be Martin Jones. Like him and Grubauer have basically split the season, so we don't know who they're going to start in goal.
Yeah, you probably want to stay away from Grubauer. There's just all the days of practicing against him, all those days and stuff like that. You get to pick up on tips and stuff like that. It's one of the big reasons why I'm picking the Jets to win in 5 over Vegas and stuff like that was Laurent Brossoit. They just know him. They know him. He's one of Hellebuyck's best friends. He was a goalie coach from the goalie coach from Winnipeg or whatever. This guy kind of turned his career around after shit in the bed in Edmonton. So, yeah, Yeah, you have to go with Martin Jones. You can't trust putting Grubauer in there and just the familiarity.
No, yeah,
you're
exactly.
right.
I agree
exactly
with you.
Right.
I agree with you.
Okay. And then the last playoff series to talk about is the Dallas Stars versus the Minnesota Wild. This is their second playoff meeting ever. The previous playoff meeting was the 2016 Western Conference first round, which Dallas won in 6 games, and they split their 4-game regular season series.
This one's tough.
The only way anybody as a hockey fan wins is if there's an earthquake and it swallows the arena and both teams forever. I fucking hate them.
I kind of agree with the hatred. I don't know that I need to wish death upon anyone, though.
Well, you know what? 16,000 people or whatever in that stadium. You know this. What do they call it?
Okay,
Friendly fire.
So your disdain for Minnesota comes from the fact.
Oh, and Dallas. No, and Dallas.
Both.
Don't get me wrong. I hate them both with a hot burning passion. Maybe Minnesota more, just because they're closer and we've played them in a playoff series when we dispatched them rather easily. But yeah, I hate them. They're dirty. Yeah.
Who's dirty? Both teams, or just one more than the other?
Well, they're both dirty teams. Like Jamie Benn is no wallflower stuff like that.
I can tell you. Dirty, I can tell you right now.
But anybody pick a guy in Minnesota, and they're dirty.
I hate their head coach, that Dean Everson, or whatever his name is.
Dean Everson.
Everson, whatever his name is. What a. I mean, I look at him and I'm just like, are you kidding? Like, well, we all know what happened last time you guys played them.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
He's a scumbag.
You don't play on.
He just looks like one. Looks like one.
You're down a goal. And you're down 2 goals
put
or
out
whatever.
Ryan Reeves
on the power play. You put out Ryan Reeves. Garbage. You're a garbage individual. Then we just put out Lowry, and Lowry wants to fight again. He's 2-0 against.
You know what? You know what? Thank God you guys. You know what? You should be thanking your lucky stars. You have Adam Lowry on your team.
He is
fantastic.
The most unheralded third-round pick. Well, definitely the most unheralded third-round pick in Jets history, but one of the most unheralded players in the NHL. People just don't realize how good he is.
No.
Like, look at our penalty kill this year. He's the anchor of that. I think what were we third?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's the heartbeat. He's the heartbeat of the Winnipeg Jets.
It's the shorthanded goals and stuff like that. That they didn't just make him captain this year after they stripped Wheeler of the captaincy. Is a bit of a laugh, and I think it's going to get corrected this year. But everyone remembers that first year, we drafted Scheifele first, which was a bit of everyone thought a bit of a stretch at the time. It was
a bit of a stretch. Yeah, no, it worked out well.
The second pick we got in the second round was a guy named Sutter, one of the Sutter boys' kids.
Oh, Brandon Sutter or something.
No.
Brandon Sutter?
No. It did not pan out. And third was Adam Lowry. So Adam Lowry's been with this club since the very first day, since the day that the Jets' name was announced.
And a wonderful player to have on your team. Yeah, wonderful.
He's the heart and soul of the fucking team. So yeah, as tough as anybody in the league. There's a reason why nobody wants to fight him, but he doesn't go looking for fights. He only fights when he has to do it against.
He's there if dummies like Reeves are like, okay, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so to answer the question on the last playoff matchup, I have Dallas in 6.
Yeah,
because I think Jake Ottinger is going to take that team places.
He didn't play as well as maybe what we thought because of that good playoff run and stuff like that. Like how good he looked against Calgary last year, even though they lost. He was really good. But Jamie Benn and the other dummy starting to slide. But I like Dallas to win, but Minnesota could very easily win. They've got some guys that can put the puck in there. I'm gonna go.
This is another tough
Minnesota
series.
in 7. To call. I'm gonna go Minnesota in 7. But I think I'm hoping to God it's an infirmary. It's an infirmary series by the end of this.
You're going with Kaprizov.
Ugh. Well,
Okay, we
just
got
watch
one more prediction.
Like, does Fleury step up? Do we get playoff Fleury, or like it's 50-50 what you get from this guy?
It's
You
hard
never
to
know.
say exactly.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. So we have one more prediction, Adelia. What do you got?
I think I'm gonna go the Stars in 7.
Good. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't really have a reason for that. I'm
And
just
then they all get into an
going the
elevator.
Stars in 7.
Yeah, exactly. Just beat the shit out of each other, and then whoever,
Awful.
Colorado gets, they get.
Yeah.
Two awful
That's basically it.
franchises. Two awful teams.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Hate them.
That's the first round matchups.
That's
It's
it.
gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. There's interesting matchups. There's matchups that might not take as long as people think, but hey, it's gonna be fun to watch.
I like how you put that in there.
What?
Gosh. Well, yeah. It's going to be Jets in 5. That's all you guys really need to know. And to see if the Leafs make it out.
I still
first round. As Canadians, how much
I will be back
if
the Leafs make it out from the first round. I will be back on this channel on this wonderful show to do second rounds.
Yeah,
because I think, like I said, and blame me.
Yeah, you put it into the ethos that it could happen.
And I hope that these guys are still around, because if not, I'm going to be buried.
Yeah, well, we already think the Islanders are going to win. We think they're going to do fine.
Well, yeah, 3 out of 3. You think we're going to take Carolina, so that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, screw the Hurricanes.
All right.
Bunch of jerks. They're a bunch of jerks.
I mean, yeah.
They got shirts that says it.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know that? Don Cherry called them a bunch of jerks, so they ran with it, and they have a bunch of jerk shirts. Yeah, because they were doing that. They were doing that shit at the end of the
stupid dance or whatever at the end of the game.
All those stuff. All that shit at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they're a bunch of jerks. That's their team motto. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Should have called them the Nether Whalers. Call them the Nether Whalers. I do like that they wear the. I do like that they wear those jerseys.
The Nether Whalers. That's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's nice that they do throwbacks. That's nice.
Yep. Colorado looked better in the Nordiques jersey too. Just saying.
Fair.
Yes.
Fair point.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I don't like our jerseys. So.
Oh boy. Who does? No one. It's a weird blue. It's such a weird blue that they've gone to that now. I don't know. I don't get it. Don't get it. Anyways, doesn't matter. They're going to get best of Kraken. Don't worry.
Yep. Ryan, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you guys very much for having me again on the, 2 times in a row. This is fantastic. I love talking hockey. I love talking smack about stuff. So you ever need me on the show again, just let me know.
You're more valuable than Brian Trottier.
Hey.
That's what we can call you Ryan. We'll call you Ryan Trottier from now on.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, hey, I'd be honored.
One of my favorites.
Okay. Anything you want to plug, Ryan?
Oh no, I'm good. I have nothing.
Okay.
Sorry. I shouldn't say that.
Okay.
If you want to come on a wonderful show like this, join the Patreon like I have. It's a wonderful place to come and meet people like Snark and like Adelia, and there's lots of like tens, 50s, 100 of beautiful people. So come on in.
Well,
check out the Patreon. That Adelia had at the start. And you know what? Everybody's welcome. Hey, we sit there, we have a good time, we talk, and we do shows like this. So it's wonderful.
Sure.
Yeah. It's patreon.com/LGR_network. If you're interested, we'd love to have you. Snark, what about you?
Well, by the time you guys are watching this, if you're a Patreon member, you can go and watch the latest edition of LGRN After Snark. We'll be celebrating my 26th birthday on that episode. We're opening it up.
26.
Listen,
what are you? What are you aging a year every minute that we talk? Come on now.
Listen, I'm just dyeing my hair gray just because I like the look. Guys, I want to look distinguished.
I'm the most distinguished 23-year-old you ever met, he says.
How dare you? So you can come watch that if you're a Patreon member. Of course, you can show up on this show. It's just a little inside celebration for LGRN and our Patreon. If you guys want to come in and have some fun with Danny and I, please do it. Of course, we have the starting 11 coming back on Monday. I'll have some goddamn things to say about today's performance by a certain London football club. Oh my God. But things are tightening up as we dwindle down the games until the end of the season. And Adelia's Arsenal holding on by their fingertips here. But
God, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah,
it must
make me so nervous.
Fingernails. That's just holding on now.
Yeah,
it makes me so nervous.
Yeah, you could try and follow me at Snark Yeti on Twitter. Not a good follow. Absolutely not a good follow. But what's our LGRN Twitter handle? I'm sure that's a good one.
LGR at LGR_network.
Ooh, yeah, follow that one. Way better.
It does get tweeted on a lot more than Snark's Twitter.
How dare you? But yes, of course, that's true. How about you, Adelia?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Adelia Chambo. I don't post anything of significance on there, really, but I do post more than Snark does.
Yeah.
I'll also be on Starting 11 on Tuesday with Snark. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about Chelsea Football Club, and we will find out whether or not I have anything good to say about Arsenal after their game against West Ham this weekend. So we'll see.
You will.
That's some interesting stuff coming up.
Yeah, so that's every Tuesday at 3:00 here on this channel. Subscribe to the channel if you would please. We're very close to 100 subscribers on the YouTube channel. LGRN the highlights, and we've got the audio feed, also LGRN the highlights. If anyone is interested in listening to us as opposed to watching, you can do so there. And we will be back with coverage of the first round of the playoffs very soon. Until then, have a good night.